Hello beautiful people, welcome back to TopNoteByA. Today I'm going to share fragrances in my collection that will help you beat the heat. It's so summer right now, it's so hot here in my state. Some of these fragrances I have actually taken to Ghana with me, and if you guys know anything about the continent of Africa and especially Ghana, it gets really hot and humid. And these fragrances, some of these fragrances have performed really well in the high heat and also here in my state. If you guys are interested to find out about the fragrances that I'm about to talk about to help you beat the high heat, then stay tuned. Guys, before I share the fragrances with you, if you are visiting this channel for the first time, you are very much welcome. If you like what you see, do not forget to subscribe to the channel. To all the returning subscribers and viewers, thank you for always supporting the channel. That being said, the first fragrance that I want to share with you guys is from The Harmonist, and this is Moon Glory. Guys, this fragrance, I use it in Miami, and when I tell you this fragrance bloomed and performed, it performed really well. So if you are going to a weather that is hot and humid, Moon Glory will perform very well. It performs okay here in my state because it's hot but it's dry, and it performs really well here. This has honey, it has ylang ylang, it has lychee. It really performs well. You can get this from Neiman Marcus. Buy it when they having like purchase with gift, and you can get this for a really affordable price. So yeah, for humid high heat weather, Moon Glory performs exceptionally well. Moving on, this fragrance is from Lattafa. It's an affordable fragrance. It's comparable to Oriana by Parfums de Mali. This one is called Ansaam Gold, and when I tell you this fragrance is for the heat, this is for the heat. It performs really well. It can also be used in all weather, but right now I've been using it and it performs exceptionally well in this dry Colorado weather. It's performing really well. Ansaam Gold, once again, is comparable to Oriana by Parfums de Mali. I really cannot talk today. This is vanillic, it's citrus, it has mandarin orange, it has pear, it has rose, it has jasmine. It lasts on the skin. In the dry down, it's so beautiful in the dry down. It's exceptional in the dry down, and even in the in the beginning of the fragrance. If you guys are interested, I do have a dedicated review of this fragrance, and I can link it here for you, or here or in the description bar if you want to know more about this fragrance. But for the price that you pay for this fragrance, performs very well, can go all the way from summer to winter, and to fall and winter, and then spring. So this is an exceptionally well performing fragrance from the house of Lattafa. Guys, I have this fragrance called Vele from Tiziana Terenzi. I went to Ghana with this fragrance, and when I tell you this fragrance was blooming in that humid high heat, it bloomed very well. This has passion fruits in here and a whole bunch of other fragrance notes, but I do pick up the passion fruit. Is powdery when you spray this fragrance on. It's powdery, I think, from when it starts to dry down all the way to the dry down. It's beautiful, it's elegant, it's ethereal, it's just feminine. It's such a feminine fragrance. You can get married in this fragrance. This fragrance is perfect for a bride. This fragrance is perfect for a tropical vacation. This is a perfect perfume or fragrance for the summer. So yeah, if you want something to beat the humid high heat, something tropical, something fruity, something floral, then go with Vele from Tiziana Terenzi. Guys, the next fragrance that I'm gonna talk to you guys about, this fragrance reminds me of my childhood, like my grandma. I was raised, during the time that people are not scared of putting on powder. And so my grandma would take a bath, or we would all take our bath, and then my grandma would just drench everybody in powder and herself in powder, dusting powder. I'm not saying that this smells like dusting powder. It's just so nostalgic. It reminds me of that era that we put on powder. You drench baby, you pile on the powder on babies, you pile on powder on yourself before you go to bed. It kind of cools you down. It has this cooling effect when you put on powder. and this reminds me of it. This is from Agent Provocateur, and this one, oh, I've been using this one so much. That powderiness, this is a powder bomb on my skin. I love it. It has rose, it has saffron. It is so good. I cannot get enough of this fragrance. I'm glad that I got the biggest bottle that they have. I think this is 6 point something ounces, and I'm so glad I got this, because at the rate that I've been using this, I will run out very soon. And it's a fragrance that, you know, is so good for that high heat. Like I said, powder tends to cool you down, so when I want to cool down, I am spraying this, especially when I'm going to bed and then early in the morning. This is so good. So yeah, this beats the heat for me. Moving on, guys, I haven't talked about this fragrance on this channel for a while, but this is from Ansaam, and this is Cedrat Boise. This one, I love it. I'm not reaching for it because I have Activat, and this, in my opinion, compares to Activat, and I actually compared this to Activat. But then again, where I have displayed my fragrances, I see Activat more than I see this fragrance, so I'm pulling this out to use it more this summer, and this beats the heat of the summer. This is so citrusy, it's fruity, it's so good that, you know, I want to use this fragrance some more, and I am pulling it out to, you know, beat the high heat of summer. Moving on, what can I say about Good Girl Gone Bad by Kilian? This, guys, I wish you can see it. It's like half of the bottle, and I did not decant this at all, and I have used this. I have used it to go on date night. I have used this, hold on, the chair is, I have used this to go on date night. I have used this to go to bed, to go to work out. I love Good Girl Gone Bad. Like Agent Provocateur, this one has May Rose that gives this that powderiness. I used to not be able to pick up the notes that is making this powdery until I figured out that it's from the May Rose. It's from Rose. I want to say, yes, it's from the May Rose that this fragrance has. Oh my God, this beats the heat. This beats the humidity. This performs very well. It blooms. Oh my God, it lasts on the skin during the heat. It is so good. So yeah, if you are looking for something to beat the summer weather, to beat the summer heat, and still project and perform, then Good Girl Gone Bad by Kilian is your girl. I'm a broken record when it comes to Canna Barcelona Bobo. How many videos have I featured this fragrance in? But then again, this is such a love. Oh my God, the citrusness of this fragrance is such a love for me. This fragrance lasts on my skin, whether it's cold, whether it's whether it's cold, whether it's high heat. This fragrance is performing. And so yeah, this summer, high heat, if you want something to beat it, oh my God, this is so good. Bobo by Canna Barcelona is that girl. Guys, this is from Tom Ford. It's fairly new to my collection. This is Rose de Amalfi, and when I tell you that this fragrance it performs during the summer, I've been babying this fragrance. I haven't been overspraying this fragrance, but then this fragrance is lasting me like upwards of 8 hours on my skin and in my clothes. It's lasting me upwards of 8 hours. So for a Tom Ford Private Blend Rose de Amalfi, I don't know why this fragrance performs really well on my skin, but this performs exceptionally well. It's so floral, and powdery and citrusy. It's everything. That rose in here doesn't smell like your grandma rose. The rose in here is so fresh. The rose in here to my nose and on my skin, it's like you just pluck the rose flower. So it's not aged rose. It doesn't smell like your grandma fragrance. This smells fresh. This smells beautiful. This smells sexy. This smells powdery. You know, I love powdery fragrances, so anything that gives me that powderiness, I'm in love with. And then the rose in here is done so well, it's blended so well that I really do not know what to say. This is good, and it's for the summer and beyond. Guys, another fragrance that I have used, and this one is barely a month in my collection, and I have to stop myself from using it because it's barely a month, and you know, I'm like, what, halfway through the bottle already. This one is the Wedding Duo from Kayali. This is the Silk Santal. This one has praline, it has nectar, it has nectar, it has praline, it has the sandalwood, of course. And this one performed very well. What I love about this fragrance is when it starts to dry down. I love the opening of the fragrance, but then when the fragrance starts to dry down is what I love about the fragrance. I love that sexiness about the fragrance, that creaminess that you get from the Santal, from the sandalwood. I love that creaminess that you get from the sandalwood. I love the sweetness from the praline when you first spray the fragrance. Love that sweetness from the praline. On my skin, it gives me a little bit like burnt sugar, but not quite. Like burnt sugar, but not quite. And I love that about the fragrance. So I've been going to town on this fragrance when I went to North Carolina. I have the Velvet Santal too, but then this one is my favorite, and this one is the one that, you know, I wore the most. I did a pair, I paired the two of them, which also performed okay. The longevity is not the best on this fragrance, but then if you need something to last about maybe 4 hours, then you change into some other fragrance. You change to some other fragrance, then this is your girl. For me, it lasted about 4 hours on my skin. But then everywhere we go, you know, we go out for about maybe 4 to 5 hours. We are back to the Airbnb to take a bath and then go somewhere else. So this one, when I took it to North Carolina, really performed in the North Carolina weather. And so for this summer, I will definitely recommend Silk Santal from Kayali. Last but definitely not the least is from Acqua di Parma, and this is called Mirto Di Panarea. And this one, it's so aquatic, it's so fresh. Oh my god, it's so fresh and lemony. It's so lemony and a little bit piney. And for the heat, this tends to like it refreshes you when you spray it on. So that is why I'm adding this to the fragrances that will beat the heat. This is so refreshing. This is so fresh. That aquatic note in here, or aquatic smell, the freshness, ooh, it is so good. And so yeah, if you come across this fragrance, I got this one from TJ Maxx. This one actually sits at my husband's side of the closet, and so I don't get to see this one a lot to use it, but I'm telling you, the freshness of this fragrance, the lemoniness of this fragrance is so good for the heat. I move on. Guys, if you have watched to the end and you like what you see, thumbs up the video, leave me a comment in the comment section. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Until I see you on another video, guys, stay blessed, smell fabulous, and bye for now.